welcome back. We are at Unit 8-3 here using intercepts. So we're going to be using that standard form thing today, and we're going to show you how easy it is if you use standard form to find X and Y intercepts. Of course, X and Y intercepts are just where points cross the X and Y axis. All you need is 2 points to draw a straight line. Find the X-intercept, find the Y-intercept, draw a line, you're all done. Let's first start with our math career. Today is going to be, how about an architect? An architect. Architects design buildings and other structures. They make sure buildings are functional, safe, and economical. Architects draw plans of every part of the building, including the plumbing and electrical systems. And they also may help choose a building site and decide what materials to use. Architects can work for major corporations. They can also work independently and have their own company. You can see you're going to need some math there, of course. Probably going to need some pretty healthy computer skills as well. Believe it or not, there was a time when they did everything by pencil and paper and big erasers. But nowadays, computers and lots of math there. But nice, healthy salary and a good career. And then at the end of it all, you get to actually see what you designed come to fruition. Good job. Alright, today we will learn to recognize and use X and Y intercepts. X and Y intercepts. So, an X-intercept is a point at which the graph crosses the X-axis. We've seen this before. The Y-intercept, of course, is a point at which the graph crosses the Y-axis. So when you're drawing a linear function, somewhere in there it's going to cross one of those, as long as it's a non-horizontal line. Okay. So here's a hint for you. Always write your equations in standard form before you start, and it makes things really easy. So again, just another reinforcement here. The y-intercept is a y-coordinate of any point where the graph intersects the y-axis. So if you look at your graph here, the bottom left point is where it crosses the y-axis, and the top right is where it crosses the x-axis. This little graphic here is somewhat underwater, so we're kind of looking at the fourth quadrant of our graph there. So if you had a full-on XY plane, it's down there at the bottom right. Alright, so if you look at this function here, can we find the X and Y intercepts? Well, it doesn't get much easier. Just look right there where that red line crosses the y-axis and the x-axis. At the y-axis it intersects at 0, 1. So where does that cross the y-axis? The y-intercept is 1. Nothing to it. What about the x-axis? Well, it crosses at -2, 0. And the x-intercept, of course, is -2. You'll notice each time that we're trying to find the y-intercept, the other letter is set to 0. In this case, x, or the x-intercept, the y is set to 0. Alright, so, once again, nice big red full screen. When solving for x and y intercepts, you must write the equation in standard form. Okay, ax plus by equals c. Alright, so let's add this one to your notes here. Find the x and y intercepts of the following. 5x minus 2y equals 10. Is it already in standard form? Looks to me like it is. The a is 5, the b is -2, and the c is 10. It's okay for the b to be negative as long as our a is non-negative. So to find the x-intercept, replace the letter y with 0. So let's do that. So if we plug in a 0 for y, well, we know we end up with 5x equals 10. So what does x have to be? X has to be 2. So what's our x-intercept? 2. Now to find the y-intercept, replace the letter x with the number 0. And we end up with -2y equals 10. -2y equals 10. So what's our y-intercept? -5. So if you had to graph this, you have a graph, you put a point at the x-intercept at 2, you put a y-intercept at -5, draw a straight line through the 2 points, all done. Alright, your turn. Take a look at this. Tell me what the x and y intercepts are. What do you think? I'm thinking y-intercept is 3. Did you get that? And what about your x-intercept? Where's it cross the x-axis? Looks like it's going to cross right here at -2. Is that agreed? So I got y-intercept of 3, x-intercept of -2. Alright, how about this one? Find the x and y intercepts of the following. 3x plus 5y equals 30. So go ahead and have at that. I'll go ahead and set up the first piece here. And press pause, finish this up, and get right back to me and we'll see how you did. Alright, how about this? If you plug 0 in for y, we end up with the x-intercept being 10. X-intercept is 10 there, because 3 times 10, of course, is 30. Now what if we flip that around, and this time we're going to let x be 0 to solve for the y-intercept. So 3 times 0 is just 0, so we can ignore that guy. So 5y equals 30. So what must the y-intercept be? Of course, that is 6. X-intercept 10, y-intercept 6. All right, one more, I think. 2y equals negative 4x plus 16. So now, what's different about this problem than what we've seen so far? What's different? Can you tell that it's not set in standard form yet? So what are we going to do to make that into standard form? We're going to move that 4x from the right side of the equation to the left side. And once again, here's your hint. Always write the equations in standard form. So we'll start right here, and I'm going to go ahead and place it. You see there in blue, we've got 4x plus 2y equals 16. All I did was add 4x to both sides. So let's go ahead and solve for the x-intercept. What do you think? 4x plus 2 times 0 equals 16. What does x have to be? I'm thinking x has to be, of course, the number 4. How do we find the y-intercept now? We have our equation there in blue. That's going to be the one we're going to work with. So to find the y-intercept, we're going to let x be 0 and solve for y. So it whittles down to 2y equals 16. So your only solution can possibly be is 8. So the x-intercept is 4 and the y-intercept is 8. Alright, notice that if you have those in standard form, it's really easy. You just plug in a 0, and you can almost do it mentally, but I need to see the problem. Show me where you put the 0 and give me a final answer there, okay? Alright, there's some more instruction there at the top. Digital scored practice at the bottom. Have fun.